Sorry, I corrected. It's not a bill. I corrected. Thank you. It's a motion, and I corrected. Thank you. Mr. Speaker, we are not honest as Kenyans, right from the leadership to wananchi, but more so to the leadership of this country. We cannot talk of debts while we are spending on things that are not necessary. We are talking about debts. Our president is partying somewhere in some country. He told us he was going to sign, I don't know, to get for us some employment, I don't know, in Saudi Arabia or where. Don't we have ambassadors who can do this? Because when I travel out of the country, it's not as expensive as when my house help travels. In that case, why would we talk about debts here when we are not talking about the unnecessary expenditure that we are going through? We had the supplementary budget here, and I understand that State House and the presidency topped up their budget with 200 million for chai and mandazi. I understand they don't drink alcohol. So what do they spend this money on? We have El Nino now. Instead of putting that money into use where there's El Nino, people are dying, people are living without houses, people are sick there, your president is flying out to spend equivalent amount of the budget that he just topped up for his tea and luxury in State House. We are not honest. If we don't work on what we are spending, then there's no need of talking about our debts, because we borrow to spend.
Honorable.
Not very common to stand on such a point of order, but I would wish that the member substantiates clearly, because this is a House of Records. It's very important that he's sure the president is out partying, taking tea mandazi, and this is a House of Records, and could you substantiate that you are sure that you are speaking about a head of state who is partying?
May I inform you that I've never been to State House. I don't know what they spend that money on, but I know there's El Nino. And I know from Nyatik, where I come from, people are homeless, people are hungry. What I'm trying to put across to our countrymen and women is the unnecessary expenditure that we have. You can question the presidency what 200 million top-up on his State House expenditure was for. But I can tell you, we should cut down on unnecessary expenditure. We should. Why can't I be led to contribute? When I'm saying the truth is point of orders, the truth shall never be changed.
Order, Honorable MP for Migori. Yes, what's your point of order, Honorable Owembaya?
Order. You know, there's a standing order in this country that says that you need to be factual. And being factual, when you listen to the chair of budget, when he presented, he said that, you see, the president's operations are more in State House than Harambee House. The amount of money that has been put now in the budget of State House is the money that has been removed from Harambee House and put in the press. So there is no additional funding for the president, for the 200 million that you're talking about. And it's nice to be in this house to listen when the budget chair is presenting, so that you have the facts. Nothing was added. Money was just moved from Harambee House, which is the seat of the presidency, and now taken to State House. There's no addition. Secondly, the president's speech trips, like the one when he was addressing the European Union, they granted the country, not loaned, they granted the country over 300 billion, I think, something like that, you know. The president's trips abroad are not in vain. What we have achieved as a country, today we have around 1 trillion shillings that has been given to this country as a grant, So the president's trip abroad have been threefold in importance and contributing to reducing the national debt. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable. Order, Honorable Member of Parliament for Migori. It is always not such a powerful issue if you discuss the government in a kind of a generality. The government spends this, the government spends that, kind of a generality. But when you get so specific, the standing orders are provided for that. Standing order number 87 says, neither the personal conduct of the President, nor the conduct of the Speaker or of any judge, nor the judicial conduct of any other person performing judicial functions, nor any conduct of the head of state or government, or the representative in Kenya of any friendly country, or the conduct of the holder of an office whose removal from such office is dependent upon a decision of the House, shall be referred to adversely except upon a specific substantive motion of which at least 3 days' notice has been given. Order. You cannot discuss the conduct of the President. You cannot refer to him adversely. You can do it generally as a government, but not the conduct of the President. It shall be out. Then you go to Standing Order number 91. And I hope this is the same as it used to be when I was there last time. A member shall be responsible for the accuracy of any facts which the member alleges to be true and may be required to substantiate any such facts instantly. This accuracy itself is dependent upon a member fulfilling the conditions of Standing Order number 87. So I think all of you desist from, I've seen quite a bit of references to the President as a liar and all sorts of things. The Standing Orders do not allow that. And you should all desist from that. Except through a substantive motion, in which case you give 3 days notice to do that. So when you talk about these things, or either in his personal capacity or his, or what do you call official capacity, you have to fulfill certain conditions before you cast aspersions on the conduct of the President. And the number of offices that I've already indicated right now, including, you know, the leadership of a friendly country and the representative of that country in our own country. Thank you. Proceed, MP for Migori, and please maintain.
I stand guided, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Yeah.
I will find a way to refer. Maybe I'll use the word government. But, Honorable Speaker, my intention was to put across that we are not measuring on majors and we are measuring on minors. I agree that 200 million was removed from another pocket to another pocket, just as I would remove from my left to my right or vice versa. The message is, there is something that is more important that is happening now, that is more crucial that is happening now, which is El Nino.
Order, order, honorable member, order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
If any member rises on this and asks you to substantiate that 200 million you're talking about, 300 million, you're supposed to substantiate that instantaneously at the same time with the proof. So be very careful about all these things. Proceed.
I'm tongue-tied. I don't know how to proceed any further because he asked something and I thought I was answering to what he asked. I don't know how to do it, but then my statement remains, money is not being used carefully and money is being borrowed every single day. And when we borrow, we should use it in the right way. Instead of using it in a wrong way, then what is the need of borrowing? Mr. Speaker, that I will not change my mind, that money is not being used well. I don't know the softest way to sugarcoat it, but the truth is, Kenya is borrowing unnecessarily and spending in equal measure unnecessarily. I rest my case. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
You are absolutely in order to give that as a government. The only thing the standing orders restrict is when you get personal, in the personal conduct of a president himself, or a judge, or the Speaker of the House. Proceed. The Honorable Dorothy Ikiara. Dorothy Ikiara.